Hi everybody, this is Paddy from OddsOnFPL, and today I'm going to be talking to you about my team from last week, what I plan to do this week, as well as a few other things that might help you with choosing your team. So yeah, onto my team from last week. I got 66 points, and looking at it overall, I think in gold is the obvious issue. I've got the two Leicester goalkeepers, and they don't look like keeping a clean sheet anytime soon. Ward has looked flat-footed, and you can see last week he conceded 4 goals. Overall, he's conceded 6 goals, and it doesn't look like stopping anytime soon. Leicester don't look great defensively, so that's a bit of an issue. In defense, you can see that Saliba scored the own goal, which was very unfortunate, but he still looked good. Arsenal, though, I'm not sure how they look defensively. I'm not too confident. But looking at the fixtures, is obviously Bournemouth, Fulham, Villa, United in the next few. The issue with Arsenal assets is they're looking so good going forward that it's almost worse having like a treble up for it. James as well, thought he might be a little bit at risk considering he was playing as a right centre back, but out of transition he started moving into more of an attacking roles, and Ruben Loftus-Cheek moved into more central. So he was still attacking, still looks like he'll get a lot of points, and genuinely looks like one of the better attacking defenders in the game. João Cancelo is João Cancelo. You know what he does. He just looked magnificent. He had an assist, a clean sheet, bonus points. Whenever they keep a clean sheet, it feels like he's going to get the bonus points. And for the 2 million between him and Kyle Walker, you can see why there's that difference. Trent, again, no clean sheet. And for the money that you're spending, it's a bit of a worry. I think Liverpool will get it right though, but they still have the defensive injuries, so you never know. I'm not sure if they'll keep a clean sheet against United, but it's United. In midfield, Salah blanked, which I sort of think's okay considering I captained Haaland, and then Saka also blanked, who looks right now like a worse pick than Martinelli, which I didn't expect. Luis Diaz scored a goal, and I was cursing his name halfway through the game week, and then scored that worldie. Then Neto, what do you do with Neto? He's an issue, isn't he? He'll probably go down in price, but I think I might keep him for another week and bench him. Looking at the games coming up, there's Newcastle, Bournemouth and Southampton. I think they're good games. Don't think I'll play him away to Tottenham though. Looking at the forward line, Haaland got like 8 touches in the game, so that's a bit of a worry, isn't it? I think he will get more chances. You remember in the game there was a time where Phil Foden could have squared it across him and he would have had the easiest tap in. Foden got subbed for that. The whole team says that they want to just make him be there and score those goals. The one thing is he did get the assist for Gundogan as well, so he's assisting even if he's barely touching the ball. He's just going to create havoc in defenses. It's all about Man City finding that way. Looking at Gabriel Jesus, you would have hated to have been somebody who sold him. I think a few people would have sold him and brought in Darwin Núñez, and they may not be playing this game much longer out of frustration, but that's the kind of game it is. Gabriel Jesus looked immense. 2 goals, 2 assists, should have had a hat-trick, probably even 4 goals looking at the game. Up next is Bournemouth, Fulham, Villa. If you don't have him, I'd bring him in. Arsenal look like one of the best sides in the league right now, and if you don't have him, Martinelli, Saka, attacking players from them, I'd be worried. Looking at the bench, Iverson obviously didn't play. There's a chance that he could play, but I doubt it, instead of Ward next week. But Southampton is a good game for them to keep a clean sheet in. Potentially. Then looking at Andreas, he's looked good. I didn't watch the game against Wolves, but he's attacking, so that's something. And then Manor Solomon as well got injured, so he'll still be playing in a more attacking position. Nico Williams looked immense against West Ham. Him and Awani look really good together. There's that connection. The passing between him from a right wing back position to Awani is just going to create chances. So I think that's something to keep an eye on. Some of the cheaper players like Andreas and Nico could actually become options as the season progresses. Like if you look at those fixtures there against Bournemouth and Leeds, and if we go into them here, you see here Bournemouth, Leeds, Fulham, Leicester, Villa, Wolves. There's going to be games where I could be starting Nico Williams. Then Cameron Archer, again, he got no minutes, but yeah, no minutes. It's sort of what you expect from a 4.5 million attacker. So yeah, next up, I'm going to be just talking about some odds. I got these from Check the Chance. This week, the highest percentage odds for a clean sheet is from Arsenal. Arsenal are playing against Bournemouth away, which for the highest percentage chance of a clean sheet, that's a bit high considering they're away from home. Personally, I'm not too sure that they will keep a clean sheet against Bournemouth, but I think Solanke's probably still out with COVID. Maybe, maybe not. I have to check the news on that. But yeah, I think Arsenal will... Yeah, it's probably around the 50% chance. Looking at the best ones, the ones which are over 35%, there's Arsenal, Spurs, Man City, Chelsea, Everton, Liverpool. The one which stands out there for me is Everton. Why? I wouldn't back that. But yeah, looking at Chelsea, I think Chelsea against Leeds should be a bit higher than that, considering Leeds will be without Bamford. Then Spurs will probably get their first clean sheet of the season against Wolves, because Wolves look insipid in attack. They just look like they're not going to score goals, but they did sign Gonçalo Guedes. City at 44.5% confuses me, purely because of the fact City have looked so good defensively. They're not giving up chances. Their XG against is minuscule. So, if anything, I'd be bringing in more City defenders. A City defensive double up looks amazing. They're just keeping clean sheets and it's just ticking over. Clean sheet points. Nice and easy. Looking at the ones which are least likely, Newcastle, Wolves, Man United. How grim is it? The Man United are one of the least likely to keep a clean sheet at home against Liverpool. How the mighty have fallen. Honestly, I'm surprised Newcastle are 10.5% as well. I thought they might be even lower because City are just scoring for fun. Next up, I'm going to be chatting about that you should subscribe to the channel, because for more great content like this, yeah, thanks. Subscribe, yep. So yeah, anyway, the goals is next. Haaland is this week's most likely scorer. He's up against Newcastle. I think he'll get chances galore. Newcastle look better under Eddie Howe, but Newcastle have a good defense. Man City have an elite attack. These are the levels in it. So yeah, I think City will probably score 3 or 4. The issue is Man United against Liverpool. Liverpool could score more. I'm saying this as a United fan. Then Kane has a 46% chance of scoring, and Salah has a 43.5%, while Jesus, Vardy both have a 42.5%, and Son Heung-min has a 40.5%. These are all good options this week. I think looking at these stats, there's quite a conundrum about who to captain. I think for this, I'm going to be looking at the XG, and I got this off of FPL Kiwi's GitHub repository. The highest point expectancy for this week is so marginal between a few players, it's crazy. You look at Salah, you look at Kane, you look at Son. Look at the difference, there's like 0.03. Honestly, I'm quite surprised looking at this that Haaland isn't higher. I'm just double checking this now. So Haaland for this week, according to the model, only has a 4.28 expected points, but this is because of the model having a lower amount for X-Mins. I would assume he'd be higher up if the X-Mins were higher. He'd be one of my captaincy shouts for this week. So looking at the fixtures, if I was to give you a suggestion on who to captain, I would suggest, based on looking at the XG here, Salah, or the XP for the X points, and then going back to the goal percentage, Haaland at 50%. These two will be my best picks for a captaincy. I think it's one of those weeks where you don't have to overthink it. Just choose somebody like Salah, choose somebody like Haaland, choose Kane or Son. These are the best options this week, especially Spurs against Wolves. The thing is with Spurs against Wolves, how many goals do you see Spurs scoring? 1 or 2, maybe. If I look at the Liverpool game, I could see Liverpool scoring 4, maybe 5, and then City I could see scoring 3 or 4 against Newcastle. So there's more chance for higher returns from your captaincy if you were to pick somebody like Salah, or Haaland, or Kevin De Bruyne. So my tip for this week would be to captain Salah, and then for your vice, Haaland. I just think that's the best option for this week. So now going on to my team, I have a number of free transfers because I banked my transfer. So I've got 2 free transfers and a budget of 0 because I made no transfers last week. Looking at the team, as I already said, Ward and Iverson just don't look like keeping clean sheets. Going into the fixture, their game is against Southampton. But I also have a slight worry, as I was saying to you, about the Liverpool game. I think Liverpool against United is a fixture should target for captaincy. But the game could be postponed because of protests by Man United fans, which are valid, obviously. But if you are captaining somebody, I would get rid of your vice from that game. I would have a captain on a Liverpool player and then a City player in a separate game. So my captain will be this week Salah, obviously, and then my vice Haaland. Because if the United game doesn't go ahead, then you're out of luck. So this week I'm going to be getting rid of Luis Diaz. He was getting rid of anyway. The goal gave me a bit of doubt, but yeah, I'm getting rid of him. And I'm also getting rid of William Saliba. And the reason for this is because I want Martinelli. And I already have Saka and I already have Jesus. So I have to get rid of him. And I think the points are going to come from the attackers rather than the defenders. So I am going to bring in Martinelli. And I am also going to bring in a defender. And as I said earlier, the points for defenders are coming from players from Man City. So it's going to be Kyle Walker. It was going to be Kyle Walker, or it was going to be Nathan Ake. But yeah, I think Walker is more nailed on. So looking at this, I have 1.1 million in the bank. And it gives me more of a position next week to make a move for my goalkeeper. I think you can't take a -4 when your goalkeeper is playing at home to Southampton. It makes no sense to me. So I'm going to keep that, and it gives me an option next week to move for my goalkeeper because I will have 1.1 million in the budget. It means that I can bring in somebody like Mendy. So if I look at the fixtures for next week, I'll just scroll down here. Look at the home fixture, it's against Leicester. It'll give me more of an idea if they're targetable. And then other options as well. Potentially Sa or Nick Pope at Newcastle. Yeah, it's something I can think about next week. It's not worth a -4 now. What I would have probably done is bring in Mendy from Chelsea for a -4. But for me, they've got Kante out, they've got Kovacic out, their midfield's depleted, they've got injuries, they've got a new defensive system with Cucurella coming in, Chilwell still not fully fit. You don't know if Koulibaly's going to be playing with Thiago Silva. There's a lot of questions in that defense, and a lot of people still learning the system, so it's not worth a -4 when Ward could keep a clean sheet. Probably won't, but sure. This is how we play fantasy football. So yeah, I'm going to make those transfers now. As you can see, no hit. That shouldn't be there. I almost clicked that by accident. So confirm transfers, go pick team. Ward starts. I'm going to have to make Salah my captain, Haaland my vice. And then the bench, I'm going to organize it by putting Nico Williams ahead of Andreas. Just because I think Everton don't look great attackingly. And then, let's see. I'm going to swap Nito with Andreas. Start Andreas, bench Nico Williams as first option, Nito as second sub, captain Salah, double Arsenal midfield. Yeah, I think that looks great to me. Excelente. Yeah, so there's the team. As you can see, Ward in goal, Trent, Cancelo, James, Walker. That's a premium defense. Salah, Saka, Martinelli, Andreas, Haaland and Jesus, and then the bench is Iverson, Nico Williams, Neto, and Archer. So yeah, that's the team for this week. As you can see, the overall ranking of the team currently is 861,387. I would expect that to go up because this team's fantastic. Yeah, so anyway, if you liked the video, click subscribe down below. This one's been a little bit different in terms of the style of it than previous weeks, but I just thought it might be a little bit different, might be a little bit easier. I can get this sort of content out quicker. less editing. Even though I do like the other style, it's just a little bit different. So yeah, tell me what you think of the team. If you would have made different transfers, leave your comments down below as well if you want some suggestions for what you should do this week, and I will give you a tip or a piece of advice for what you should do based on your team. Also, you can follow me on Twitter, OddsOnFPL, and I can talk to you there about it as well. So anyway, I've been Paddy. As I said already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I shall chat to you next week. This has been Paddy. See you later.